Chapter 17. The Book of Bones, Mike. Amanda folded her arms and tapped her foot on the carpeted floor. It's important. A curtain of denial lowered over Madden's face. There's no such thing. Yes, there is. Come on, Amanda. Madden forced a chuckle. I know you've been writing about some odd stuff, but you act like you're beginning to believe it. He took 2 steps back and dropped into the leather chair behind his desk. I know it was here, Michael. Amanda's icy tones sent a chill down Bones' spine. Madden lowered his head and stared resolutely at his desk. What's the Book of Bones? Did all my exes get together and write a slam book or something? The joke did little to lighten the mood. It's a Native American artifact. Inside it are recorded myths, legends, and history of the Anasazi. Jesse frowned. The Anasazi, aren't they a lost tribe? Not exactly, Bones said. Most likely they migrated and became the forerunners of the modern Puebloan peoples. Aren't they supposedly bad news? I read their name means something weird like... She narrowed her eyes, thinking. It means ancient people, Madden supplied. That's the modern spin, Bones said. People are trying to put a better face on the name. It's actually a Navajo word that translates as ancient enemy. So what's our interest in this book? Jesse asked. The Book of Bones includes stories of Anasazi contact with dwellers beneath the earth, Amanda began, and not just the legends we're familiar with. Reportedly, it includes remarkable details, including the locations of the path to the world beneath and accounts of men who visited there. Madden shook his head. I'm telling you, Amanda, it's a bunch of crap. I've lost count of how many conspiracy theorists have come to me with this same story. If it's so real, why are there no records? Because it's hidden here, suppressed because the contents are too, I don't know, sensational, dangerous. It's not here. Amanda leaned forward, resting her palms on Madden's desk. I know it was here. Klaus Fuchs mentions it in his journal. He personally examined it, and what he read scared him to death, so much so that he couldn't wait to get out of New Mexico. Who is this Fuchs guy? Jessica asked. A spy, Bones growled. He was a German socialist who worked on the Manhattan Project. During World War II and the early part of the Cold War, he supplied secrets to the Russians. That part doesn't particularly interest me, Amanda said, her eyes still boring into Madden. What interests me is the fact that he saw the Book of Bones in the secret library here at Los Alamos. She softened her tone. Michael, someone tried to kill Bones and Jesse because of this. Then they ought to leave it alone. Madden's voice trembled. The man was hiding something, and Bones knew it. For a moment he considered beating the secret out of Madden, but dismissed the idea. The guy was probably afraid of whoever it was that had come after Bones, and Bones wasn't willing to do what it would take to make himself seem the deadlier threat. Besides, if this Book of Bones really was hidden in a secret library, they'd need someone to get them in. Please? Jesse said. It's too late for us to back off. They think we have information they want, and the only way we can end this is to get to the bottom of the mystery. Madden wilted under the pleading gazes of the 2 attractive women. All right, he said, his shoulders sagging. It does exist, but I wasn't lying when I said it isn't here. Where is it? Amanda asked. Gone. Stolen. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Bones stood, closed his eyes, and pressed his hands to his temples, fighting back the urge to hit something or someone. We can't catch a break. He took a deep breath, let it out slowly, lowered his hands, and opened his eyes. Any idea who took it? Madden shrugged. I have my suspicions, but it's only that. I don't know anything for certain. Tell us, Amanda said. Several years back, the library brought in a researcher on contract. He was a little odd, but when you're surrounded by scientists and librarians, odd is normal. Anyway, not long after his contract ended, someone realized the book was gone. No one made the connection, but later I found out he's a conspiracy nut. He's all into the pyramids and ancient aliens and all that stuff. He would definitely be interested in the book. I passed my suspicions along to my superior, but Kruger had disappeared. Would he have had access to the secret library? Amanda asked. No, but he worked with at least one person who does, and rumor has it they were an item. Bones couldn't believe his luck. All the tension drained from his body. He smiled and reached out to shake Madden's hand. Mr. Madden, you've been more helpful than you could possibly know. He turned and strode out of the office, leaving a surprised-looking Madden behind, and Amanda and Jesse hurrying to catch up. "All right, Bones," Amanda said when they were back inside the car. "What's the deal? Do you know this Kruger?" "We've met." Bones grinned, enjoying the chance to repay Amanda for her earlier secrecy. "Do you know where he is now?" Jesse asked. "Madden said he disappeared." "No, but I know someone who can reach out to him." A sudden thought struck him and his glee evaporated. "What's wrong?" Amanda asked. "I just realized something. If we want to get to Kruger, I'm going to have to call yet another ex-girlfriend." Chapter 18. Bones sat on a picnic table overlooking the Rio Grande as it wended its way through the parched landscape of northern New Mexico. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains formed a spectacular backdrop, but he was in no mood to admire the scenery. Jesse and Amanda stood nearby, watching over him like a pair of guards. His stomach doing flip-flops, he took out his phone and made the call. He was pleasantly surprised when Avery Halsey answered on the first ring. "If you're calling for bail money, try my brother." Aside from being one of Bones' exes, Avery was also the sister of his friend and business partner, Dane Maddock. "And a good afternoon to you, too. What makes you think I'm in jail?" "Just messing with you. But seriously, I can't imagine anything good coming from you, Willis, and Matt together in Vegas." "Well, I haven't actually gotten there yet. Engine trouble." "Sorry, but I can't help you with that. I don't even know how to change oil." "Actually, I need a different favor." The line went silent, and Bones thought he'd dropped the call. "Are you there?" "Yes," she replied in monotone. "Here I thought we might be getting to the point where I might get a friendly check-in call from you, but as usual, you want something from me." Bones heard a giggle and turned to see Jesse covering her mouth. "Stop eavesdropping," he mouthed. "It's not like that. You know I wouldn't call unless it was serious business." "You're off on another one of your adventures, aren't you? You can't even drive to Vegas without running afoul of someone along the way." "I swear I don't do it on purpose." "Sure." Sarcasm dripped from the single word. "Is there a girl involved?" "Two, actually." Bones could have kicked himself. Why had he blurted that out? Avery, for her part, actually found the admission amusing. "Unsurprising, but refreshingly honest. Now, what is it you need? It better not be something that will get me in trouble with the boss." Avery was now part of the Myrmidon Squad, a CIA unit led by his old friend, Tam Broderick. "I need to talk with Kirk Kruger. I know the Myrmidons helped him hide after—" He glanced at Amanda and Jesse, who both looked on with interest. "After, you know." Kruger was a pseudoscientist who specialized in alien contact with the Egyptians, but his base of esoteric knowledge was broad. Not too long ago, he aided Bones and Maddock in a search for the lost city of Atlantis, and the repercussions had forced him to go into hiding. "I can't tell you where he is," Avery said. "Can you just put me in touch with him? That's all I need." A deep sigh on the other end of the line. "All right, I'll reach out to him and see if he's willing to talk with you." "That would be great. You sure won't get you in trouble with Tam?" "We helped Kruger hide, but he's still his own person. It's up to him to decide." She paused. "Just to be safe, let's not tell anybody about this, aside from your new girlfriends, of course." "They're not my girlfriends," Bones said quickly, eliciting tiny laughs from Jesse, Amanda, and Avery. "Mark my words, one of them will be by the end of this, and a couple months from now she'll be your ex." "That's cold." They exchanged perfunctory goodbyes and hung up. Now the waiting began. "So Avery's another ex-girlfriend?" Jesse asked. Bones nodded. "How'd you meet this one?" Amanda asked. "Were you out looking for the Loch Ness Monster or something?" "Looking for treasure on Oak Island," he muttered. Amanda barked a laugh. "You are truly a one-trick pony." Jesse gaped at him. "So all this treasure hunting and stuff is for real? You weren't just trying to impress me?" "I'll tell you later," Bones said. "I couldn't help but hear some of her end of the conversation," Amanda said. "Because you were trying to hear," Bones retorted. "Naturally. I'm a reporter after all. Anyway, who is this brother she's talking about?" Bones closed his eyes. "She's Maddox's sister." Now it was Amanda's turn to gape. "Maddox has a sister? And you thought it would be a good idea to date her?" "Well, Maddox's engaged to my sister." Just then his phone vibrated, bringing the conversation to an end, though probably a temporary one. It was a text message from Kruger. He read it, a grin spreading across his face. "What is it?" Amanda asked. "Road trip." He stood and headed for the car. "You're awfully happy," Jessie said, falling into step with him. "Where are we going?" "Somewhere I've always wanted to visit." Chapter 19. Bones couldn't help but tap his foot on the floorboard and drum his fingers on the dashboard in nervous anticipation as the sign welcoming visitors to Roswell, New Mexico appeared up ahead. Beneath the words of welcome, a stylized Zia sun peeked up over mountain peaks, and below it the slogan caught Bones' attention. "Dairy capital of the Southwest," he read aloud. "That's not what I expected." "Don't aliens like to give anal probes to cattle or something like that?" Jessie asked. "They dissect them," Bones said. "Have a little respect for the scientist from the other side of the galaxy, will you?" "It's just the people who get probed," Amanda chimed in. "What is it with the probing anyway? Are they all proctologists?" "Screw you guys," Bones said. "You're not going to kill my good mood. I've been wanting to visit here for years." "You do seem pretty excited," Amanda said, keeping her eyes on the road. "I guess this is like Mecca to you." "I don't know. Graceland is up there, too." "Hey, check out the lampposts." Jessie pointed to one of the street lamps that lined either side of the main street. "They're aliens." Sure enough, the bulbous lamps were formed in the shape of alien heads and adorned with large black eyes that peered at passing cars with sinister intent. "So cool," Bones said. "This guy we're going to meet, Kruger," Amanda began. "What can you tell us about him? Another UFO nut like you?" Bones let the jibe pass. "Kirk Kruger. He helped me and Maddock out when we were looking for Atlantis." "Atlantis?" Jessie interrupted. "Oh my God, tell me you don't believe in that too. It's a myth." "We found it." The simple declaration left the young woman gaping. "You're messing with me," she finally managed. "Nope." Bones gave his head a single shake. "This guy is full of secrets," Amanda said, glancing at Jessie in the rearview mirror. "And he doles them out like candy. He loves the attention." "That's not it at all. Some stuff is classified, other stuff would be dangerous for people to know. Besides, how'd you like to have a drink with the guy who found Noah's Ark is a lousy pickup line." "Noah's Ark?" Jessie repeated, her voice flat. Her eyes flitted from Bones to Amanda, suspicion shining brightly. "I can't decide if the two of you are serious or just trying to make me feel stupid." "I'm serious," Amanda said. "And he is too. At least he is about this." Jessie's shoulders sagged. "Who are you anyway?" Bones sighed. "Just a guy who can't stay out of trouble." "Don't let him fool you," Amanda said. "He loves every second of it." "Some of it's pretty cool, but it can get bad. It's definitely not for everybody." "So this Kruger guy," Jessie prompted. "He is an expert on ancient mysteries, Egypt in particular, but he knows his stuff, especially as it relates to contact with extraterrestrials. He's been in hiding for a while now." Bones stopped there. To explain further would require a lot more backfilling than they had time for at the moment. "Those are the broad strokes. He's a good guy. If he had anything to do with the book's disappearance, he'll tell me." 10 minutes later, they strolled up to the Roswell UFO Museum. The turquoise marquee shone brightly in the New Mexico sun, looking like a 1950s movie theater facade. They paid their admission fee and proceeded inside. The museum was heavy on reprints of newspaper clippings and government documents, especially those relating to the famed Roswell incident of 1947, in which the government allegedly recovered a crashed UFO. Bones had read most of it before, but he soon found himself drawn in by the sheer volume of information on UFO legends and conspiracies. "Do we just wait?" Jessie whispered. "He'll find us. I sort of stand out in a crowd." They continued to browse the exhibits. Equipment from the 1940s, dioramas of spaceship crashes, and models of aliens. Bones was enjoying the relative silence when a mechanical rumble filled the room, followed by a high-pitched whine. His senses on alert, he looked around for the source of the sound, and relaxed when his eyes fell on a group of aliens standing in front of a dark backdrop. Steam rose around them and above their heads. A scaled-down flying saucer rotated in midair. "Cheesy," he muttered. "True, but the visitors seemed to like it." Bones glanced down to see a thin man of medium height smiling up at him. He had met Kruger in person, but recognized him from photographs. He'd dyed his hair brown, but his blue eyes and easy smile made him easy to recognize. "You've got to be Bones. I don't really have much choice, do I?" They shook hands, and Kruger ushered them into an office at the front of the building. "You work here?" Bones said. "Won't that make you easier to find?" "Hiding in plain sight. Our mutual friend Tam thought it a good idea. Besides, things have calmed down on the Dominion front. I don't feel like I'm in any real danger, but there's no harm in playing it safe." At the mention of the Dominion, Jessie shot a sharp glance at Bones, but Amanda tapped her on the arm and mouthed, "I'll tell you later." "So, you're interested in the Book of Bones. I think I can—" He paused as the phone on the desk rang. "Excuse me." He answered the phone and frowned as the person on the other end of the line began to speak. As he listened, the lines in his brow deepened. When he hung up, his face was pale. "I don't know for sure, but I think we might have a problem. Some men are outside asking for you.